Does that make sense? A single tower. You get it? Not KLCC, just a single looking for another tower. I don't know if that's what he meant. But let's give it up for Hamza Samuel.
No, I'm good. Now, just give me a second, all right? Let me talk. It's my place. Now, the president came up here and he was very happy. He said, a lot of you people are here. No, I'm not. This is scary. I was promised a lot less. There's people pushing each other at the door. So, yeah, it's something. So, tonight I'm going to talk a bit about my country. I haven't even started. I'm like, okay, all right. So perhaps a lot of you don't know, my name is Hamza, usually known as Hamza Sam. I'm from KICT. I'm not Bangladeshi nor Afghani. So I am an Egyptian. The other day I was talking about Sayyidina Musa. I made a very dumb mistake. I was like, so the other day I was talking about Sayyidina Fir'aun. I'm like, oh no. Bad mistake. And it was a very honest mistake. It's just that I get the word Fir'aun a lot. I'm always called the tall Fir'aun. I don't even know why they brought me up here. I don't need the height. Being tall is a very hard thing, people. Morally, not just physically, it's hard. Especially when your mom tells you not to look down on people. I try my best not to do it, but I'm forced to. It's Egypt. Okay? People are shocked. I'm like, and I get this a lot. People come to me and they're like, how are you? My neck a problem? Back problem? And one of my main problems is perhaps I don't have the Egyptian accent and I don't have the Siddiq, like some of the people, When I go and park the car, I actually park the car. I don't go but the car, I have been in Malaysia for a very short period of 18 years. I eat nasi lemak for breakfast. With the sambal and, sambal belacan and ikan bilis. A lot of the Arabs there are like, you should eat food, habibi, this is not your stuff. I got the chance of my life. Can I just have people slow down? Yeah, thank you. I had the chance of my life when I went back to Egypt last January. The last time I've been there was in 2010. So it was quite a surprise for me. I'm used to being here, and then when you go into a door or a shop, right, people open up like, sir, welcome. And then in Egypt, they're like, my place, I want to go in. So it was quite the experience for me, and there is one way to know that you're getting close to Egypt. So when you're on a flight from here to, let's say, I had a transit, right? I had to stop in Saudi. First flight, people are very nice. They're in their seats. Somebody makes a mistake. The flight stewardess comes, abang ni nombor salah. The guy just moves. Simple. When you start getting near Egypt, that's when things start getting a bit more obvious. You see a guy sitting, stewardess comes in and is like, brother, can I have your ticket, please? He just gives her the ticket. So she looks at the ticket, and then she's like, this is, your seat is supposed to be here, sir. He's like, it's a seat, right? They're both seats. I went to sit near the window. And mind you, this is not a young person. This is someone perhaps in the mid-30s or whatever. And that is a very good indication that you're getting close to the Middle East. When they make problems out of nothing. But yeah, I went back. I had some visa problems, passport problems. I'm sure no one here has any visa problems, especially with our great immigration office. Woo! No problems whatsoever. You go, you give them your papers, and they're done within a week. You don't have to get a special pass, 1 month, 2 months, nothing. There's no problems at all. Alright, so I get to Egypt, right? I go down there, I went alone for the first time in my life. I went there alone, and flying without your family is the best thing ever. All of you are saying yes because your parents are not here, or else you'll be quiet as heck. So I get to Egypt, right, and I get into the bus, and it was freezing. It was freezing. I went there with my Malaysian clothing, so, have sleeves, I got out there, I'm like, that was not fun. So my uncle had a big ass jacket, so he gave it to me. So we got on the bus, and if you go on a bus here and you have a tour guide, he goes like, on the right, you think, ada hutan-hutan, there's a forest. Kiri ada kambong, In Egypt, it's very different though. You're on the bus, Habibi, you look on the right, there is sand. You look on the left, there is sand. There's hardly anything, especially if you're on a traveling road, if it's a deserted road, and these are really long, they could be for like hundreds of kilometers. So I got there and I went to a building to get my personal identification card. Now, every building in Egypt, since the riots and everything, every building has a metal detector, okay? And I, for one, since I've been living here, I'm a bit used to being organized, kind of. I'm an Arab at the end of the day, so we're not very organized. Shut up. So, I was the only person in Egypt running around with a backpack. I looked like a tall-ass Dora the Explorer. It was not fun, because people in Egypt, they just carry the papers around, like, hey, come on, I gotta finish this up. I get into the building with the backpack, so I look different. Security guard looks at me and the machine goes like, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I step inside, takes my bag, it's like, opens it up. It's like, you only have papers, why is it so heavy? I'm like, it's papers, I don't know. Then it's like, what was all the beeping for? I'm like, I got a few pens inside, maybe that's why. He's like, give me one. I'm like, one what? He's like, a pen. I'm like, go ahead, yeah, why not? Take one. And he takes one. So he takes it, decides to turn and go away. And I'm like, no, Habibi, wait. He's like, why, what's wrong? I'm like, it's empty. He's like, what, the pen? And then he gives me this look, he's not very satisfied. He thinks I'm lying to him because that's what a normal Egyptian would do. It's crazy like that is. Egyptians are nice people. No, we do. So the main problem with that is that he actually took the pen and left. But the biggest problem of all is the pen was actually empty. I cared for the guy, but he didn't. So I decided to, like, whatever. I'm going to continue with my papers. My cousin was there to help me out. I didn't know jack shit about the place. So next thing you see, my cousin takes out some cash and gives it to the sergeant. I'm like, whoa, it's like the movies. So he gives him the cash, and then the guy just starts filling up all the forms. Now, mind you, it's not exactly bribery. We don't bribe. It's just that in order for things to go through, you gotta pay your way through. That's how Egypt is. And now, it's not funny, it's actually a sad case, but it looked cool to me. So he pays him up. That was a fake laugh, you son of a... Housemates. So he gives him the cash. The guy starts filling up all the papers. I don't have to stand in any lines. Nothing. I'm doing great. I'm just standing there and watching my cousin do all the magic that he has to do. So he fills up the papers. Next thing you know, the sergeant is done with his papers, but the manager has a problem with all this. He comes and starts shouting, no, I cannot do this. She's my fashion. I'm like, oh, okay, this is bad. So next thing you know, sergeant comes to my cousin and he's like, it's money. He wants more money. So my cousin gives him more money. And he just gives him 50, I think it was 50 Egyptian pounds. That's worth like, what, 12 ringgit here? So he gives it to him, and the guy, after all the shouting and screaming, he's like, cannot do it. It is doable. I might just be able to do it. And it was settled. 2 days later, I received my personal identification card. Now, mind you, I was supposed to receive it after 2 weeks, because I had to do it twice. That did not happen. All you had to do was pay 150 Egyptian pounds, which was like less than 50 ringgit. And Egypt is cool. I mean, you could, for those that support gender fluidity, I hate you. But you can only change your gender there with some cash. Okay, so I, for one, those that are close to me know this. I'm a brother to 3 younger siblings. The second being 10 years younger than I am. To my parents, that was a miracle, him coming so late. To me, it's a migraine. It's not fun. You love them. You try growing up with them, you throw yourself out of the window. So, I mean, kids are funny, yeah, they're nice, they're cute, but I despise them. I love them, but I hate them. You got this love-hate relationship with them. One time, you know, I was, what, 12, 11? And we go to this furniture store. Now, mind you, Egyptian couples are the best, in the worst way. The men, I'm sorry guys, I am one of you. We're assholes. The ladies, they're a pain in the astaghfirullah azim. So, we go to this furniture store, right? So we're going there. Arabs, when they go to expensive stores, they don't buy shit. Nothing. They just go look, raise the blood pressure of the guy selling it, and they don't buy anything. My mama starts looking at these sofas. They look really nice, you know. I only had one brother at that time. She looks at them. They're expensive. She looks at my dad, and he gives her the hell no smiling. You're not getting it. A minute later, like, boom. I'm like, shit, where did that come from? And then we look around. My brother's nowhere to be found. We start looking around, running, and it's like lightning, you know, you hear the thunder first and then the sound starts following it. Actually, no, you look at it and then the sound comes by. What happened was that the thud happened, and then we started hearing my brother crying. Now he's coming from afar. So we start looking around. And then we reached the edge of the store. The edge of the store had the cleanest window you could find. So, naturally, how we find my brother, he was like this. On the floor, not on the window. And there was a very big oily smudge on the window. Of course, me being the young me, I was laughing my ass off. I thought my parents would be more responsible than I am, but no. It took them 5 minutes to get him off the floor. Oh man, my parents, they're such good parents. Egyptian parents. And then Egyptian women, they have this strange mentality, yes? They're very nice, but they have a strange mentality. God, I don't want to die tonight. There's so many of them in the middle, I'm scared of looking at them. We're in the car, right? My mama sitting in front on the left, my dad is on the right. And then my mom sees this Chinese lady. She's wearing all tight skins, right? Her like shorts all up here. You can see her, I don't know, stuff for a lot. You know, and I was still young at that time. I was 12 too. So my mama looks at her and she's like, and she's all blabbering and, you know, she's angry because, I mean, you see how they are out there, you know, they're wearing very short and then they're pulling it down, like, wear something taller than stop pulling it down. But my mama's blabbering. So naturally, what's the first thing that you do? Especially us as guys, we're very nice, you know, we always cover our, you know, we don't look, we never. I usually cough when I lie. We never look. Let's just say it, straight face, we don't look, because we're good people. So naturally, I looked. Because I'm a guy, you know, guys look. For a split second only. And then my father's a guy too. So naturally, what does a guy do? He looks stupid. My mama turns into the Hulk all of a sudden and goes like, hey! And she hits him really hard on the shoulders, you know? My dad goes like, what was that for? He's like, what you looking at? Now, my parents are not black. I'm just trying to make it funny. And he's like, you are the one who started it. She's like, I was talking about it, you shouldn't be looking. I can say all I want, but you shouldn't look. He's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, Mother's Day is coming up. Love your mamas, you know, especially if she's Egyptian. I hear African mamas are the best. I haven't even finished the sentence. They're the best at whooping your ass. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Yo, give it up one more time for Hamza Sam. Perfect. Wow, that was just the beginning, yo. That's crazy, yes, sir? Wow, all right, without further ado, I'd like to call upon, wait, one sec, wait. Oh, okay.